This next story is about what a certain place at a certain time was worth to a certain person. So help me welcome Andrew Heine.
So, 10 years ago, I was probably spending about 4 hours a day playing Uno every single day. I was in Kuwait, and me and my buddies had just finished taking over a whole country. We took over Iraq. Back then, my name was Corporal Heine, and I led a rifle team about 500 miles from Kuwait all the way up to Baghdad as part of the initial invasion of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you. Yeah, so we got there. We flew there on 747s, operated by United Airlines with stewardesses and all that. I was lucky enough to get Marine of the Year that year, so when they had one last seat in first class, I got that seat. So I'm upstairs in an airplane, which is a thing. Leaned all the way back with my boots off, drinking orange juice, watching back-to-back Jackie Chan movies with an M16 in the storage compartment right next to me. And meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, down there, like a few thousand feet below us, is the entire Iraqi army sitting in fighting holes, freezing their asses off, just waiting for us to show up. So the first month we were there, we were just in Kuwait, acclimatizing, they called it. We spent the days training, and then at nights we were writing letters, playing blackjack, all that kind of thing. And I kept a journal the whole time I was there.
There's something historic about going away to war and something nostalgic about this place. There's something about the desert that makes everything here look and feel like this is not the first time. There's something about the way the sun sets over 10,000 miles of sand that makes me want to sit on a box and write a letter to somebody on the other side of the world. It reminds me of the ocean. We spent all day today huddled in our tent because of the sandstorm outside. I brushed my teeth in the porta-john. The war is supposed to start in a week or so, and I wonder how many of these faces we'll ever see home again. We all joke about death and speak with excitement of the coming days. Everyone's afraid. But they still crowd around an MRE box with a glow stick balanced on it and play 21 for nickels and dimes. Every night we stay up a little later as the 11 hours of jet lag slowly wear off. It's 7 o'clock but dark already, and I sit, as I do every night, by the red glow of a little flashlight set on my shoulder. Gambling reminds me of Vegas. Reminds me of being a kid. But I'm at war now, and I have no choice but to be grown up. Everything here matters, and everything here is a waste of time. I'm not tired yet. Every day I expect to be, though. I expect to be weighed down by how long we'll be here and the job we have to do. I expect to miss home.
And then one day, early, like 3 in the morning, they woke us all up, told us to pack all our shit, told us to write one last letter home, and told us to get ready to start the invasion. So we spent the whole rest of that day filling up sandbags so we could line our trucks with them and start heading out to the border. And as we're heading out, outside one of the kitchens of the camp were closing down, I saw this big pile of sandwiches, and I just ate them all. I ate like 4 sandwiches, you know, because I missed it. It'd been a month, only a month, seemed like a year, and I missed real food. The next thing you know, it's the middle of the night, And we're sitting in a big circle of trucks out in the desert under a beautiful desert sky, waiting for President George Bush to get on the radio and announce that the invasion was starting. So those sandwiches, it turns out, had been in the sun for a while and went pretty bad. It totally wasn't funny. And it was like the worst feeling of my life. I thought I was going to die. But somehow I was supposed to get my team together and give them one last speech and like motivate them or something, you know. Not that long later, everyone kind of gets into a sleeping bag, just waiting. And my stomach bug cleared itself out in one magnificent explosion out in the middle of the desert in a hole that I dug. And next thing you know, we're in trucks invading another country. Spent the next 2 weeks or so, didn't sleep much, didn't eat much, saw a whole lot of combat, and I kept a whole journal the whole time too.
As the sun rose, we rolled slowly through the edges of the city, cradling the Euphrates River. I smelt it burning first. Through the mist of morning and dust of the desert, I saw date palms lining the road, and among them 4 charred husks of tanks, some still smoking, silently welcoming us to where we were born. I remember the bald man, leaning his head out his truck window, and there gaping holes in each. I remember the man in the blue sweatshirt, buckled over on the road. His legs have fallen away and lie to the side. I remember the mud, and the boys running through it, into the sandstorm, into the gunfight, because that's what we're told to do. I remember the wind biting into my eyes, filling my tears with rocks. I remember leaning into it, pushing ahead harder and faster, so that others like me will forget they are afraid. I remember the night, clinging to us like the sludge does to our boots, black where the sand and rain had replaced the stars, leaving only the boom of artillery and lightning like gods to keep us company. I remember.
I wanted to remember everything. So I've always been a traveler, and I saw war as like a temporal kind of a place to travel to. You can't buy a ticket, you got to just be there when it happens. But it's a double-edged sword, remembering stuff. So a few weeks later, we got our way to Baghdad, and we spent probably another couple weeks there after we took it over, holding it down. I remember the neighborhoods there reminding me a whole lot of the neighborhoods here in Sunnyvale. We patrolled those streets every single day. And then there's this one day, we're out there patrolling streets, I swear to God, just like Sunnyvale. And this group of neighbors came out. This one lady, this nice lady, came and pointed over there, said, "There's a school over there, go check it out." And so we go to the school. The Iraqi army apparently had filled the whole school up, all the classrooms, with these unopened, brand new 30-year-old crates of AK-47s and RPGs, still with the shipping tags on them, written in Russian, in a relic of the arms race of the 1980s.
We've been going at it pretty intensely for like 3 to 5 days now, tiring. Today we took up a defensive position in a house with running water, the first I've seen since America almost 2 months ago. My squad is posting security in a school right now because Saddam decided to fill all the rooms to the ceiling with explosives and ammunition. Unfortunately, all the schools are like this, with the desks thrown into the hallways and the children all at home. Saddam's picture still hangs in every room. We're protecting the ammo from looters who come to take it. Actually, we're protecting the looters from the ammo. I already saw some kids blow themselves up with it today.
And then next thing we know, we're heading back south, going to America, and I find myself in San Diego, just trying to make a buck or two. I have lots and lots of stories. I have lots of books of stuff I wrote down, but that's the end of this one. Before I go, though, I did want to read one more poem that it kind of always ran through my head, and it always kind of tied the whole story together. This one I'm going to read myself. Dust and breeze sit next to me, seem to be a destiny, a symphony and ecstasy. My breath and tears wipe death from me, make love to me, my memory, my history, my enemy. My broken wings, amenities, my tarnished glow, a diamond ring. My bloodshot eyes contentedly make martyr die so tenderly. Sit next to me and send to me, dear dust and breeze, on bended knee. Forgetfulness, sobriety, respectfulness, and piety.